Good morning. So I'm quickly going to show you um, how we can use IBM Cloud or any cloud service really to do what we're trying to do. Um, so first of all, we want to use Node-RED in order for the people to understand how to create a very simple workflow which can be used for very advanced applications. And this is very simple. This really allows you to create a very complex workflow which can be used for really any type of um, application. I have used this many times with clients or during hackathons or during actual real work to present. So this basically allows us to create complex workflows without actually having to write the code. And this what should really be about. This should be about creating quick prototypes that show how things work and how the product will look like. It's not about testing people's ability to code. And then the next one, the one I'm running now, it's a simple front-end application. So this will create a Node.js application based on Node Express as a backend, and will straight away make it available online. So all the students have the ability to create accounts on IBM Cloud. We have an agreement with IBM, so they have 6 months free accounts, and they're pretty powerful. They have quite a lot of stuff. So it's at this stage, I believe, probably better than Azure and AWS, at least because we have an actual agreement. I am not sure about the others. And also, I know the system very well, so I can actually help people in creating things. And I cannot say the same about Azure or AWS. So that's probably one of the main reasons. So I'm doing everything in real time here. So I'm not skipping and I'm not cutting. So I'm just going to go with the flow. So my dashboard is basically just an overview of all my applications running. So this is actually my IBM account here at school using my staff account. Nothing special, but I can run a lot of applications, so they give us quite a lot of space. So this is the UI, very simple, up and running, visible to the people. And the most important thing is the fact that they can use continuous delivery. So by enabling continuous delivery, they have access to a number of things. One of those is the issue tracker and a Git repository created straight away. So I think this would make people's life a lot easier. At least having the Git repository here instead of using Git. This because it integrates with the application and with the delivery pipeline. Perhaps we don't want to use the issues. I would rather use it, but this is a bit more for people with an advanced understanding of agile process, which I don't believe our students will be able to understand fully and will be wasting a lot of time. So perhaps we can keep Trello for this. This probably make more sense. But for the rest, yeah, it has a Git repository. It also have, well, this is a Git repository, so it may look a bit different from Git, but it's essentially the same. I mean, different from GitHub. And then we have the delivery pipeline, which is fully connected. So whenever people make a push or a commit, it gets built and it gets redeployed. So I think this is another very important thing. Continuous delivery is part of all of today's pipelines, so you must have it. Not having it means to really live in the past. And people can also use the web IDE if they want. I absolutely don't recommend it. But if you need to do a small change, like a quick change, yeah, sure, there's no reason why they shouldn't. But once again, this is just an extra thing, which frankly, I wouldn't use in real life. They should just use the normal Git um, strategy. Keep the sync with Git and up commit push. So this instead is Node-RED. So I'm just going to show you a very quick creation of a very simple flow. And the simple flow here is to create an endpoint to allow for the insertion of data inside the DB. So everything is already fully connected. Node-RED actually comes already with a database, but people can add more databases to it. It's very straightforward. It's extremely simple. And it's definitely more simple than trying to teach people how to connect a database to a homemade system. So this is very simple. Here I'm dragging an HTTP node. Then I'm gonna add a debug node. This is just to show what happens on screen. Don't really need it, but at least I can see what happens. And then here's my connection to a database. So first of all, I'm just gonna check that everything works. I'm gonna configure my database, saying that the database I wanna have is called SIT764. Insertion, yeah, done. Give it a name, done. This is the URL, so I'm gonna my endpoint is gonna be test. Just give it a name once again. Done. Deploy. I'm not putting anything into the database yet. I just want to test it very quickly. And then, of course, that's the URL for the endpoint. I'm going to send some data in because that's what I want to do later on. I want to put data into the database. Something I forgot. I forgot the response, otherwise the page will never return anything to the user. So I'm just going to put a response. Let's give it a 200. Redeploy. So this is something that I found with most of the students in the capstone units, also the undergraduate. They really don't know how to use these tools, which would have made their life a lot easier. So yeah, this is just to show that it's working right now. In the debug window, you can see that it is working. It's receiving the data from the web page. I now connect to the database. Go test it out, and I forgot to actually make a change in the database, so I just need to tell him that I only want to save the payload. Yeah, done. Redeploy. Let's try that again. It should have gone through. I'm pretty sure it went through. Just to make sure, I just going to send another one in. So let's put Stefan in instead. Okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, no problem. So now let's have a look at the actual database. So getting the data back, it's also extremely simple. I'm not going to show it, but the purpose is just to show that these things are really simple. So I'm just going to access my database from the web UI. And there it is. So that's the database connected to my application. I go to the UI. Say, yeah, let's launch the database. This is just to verify that things work, and people can do more complex things, but most of the applications are really about inserting data and getting data out. So let's have a look. My database was called SIT764. That's the data. Let's see in a table. Let's just see. It's a NoSQL database, so that's what it will look like. Okay, so that's it. Completely done. As you can see, there's a lot of nodes for a lot of things. This is very much used for IoT as well. Plenty of things to do, less and more complex. This is the IBM version, which has also all of the AI integrated with it. So it makes it quite easy for people to do AI work as well. and we'll leave it as like that. Sorry, this video is not the best quality. I just really made it on my Sunday morning. And then the next thing that I want to do is just do a simple modification on the web, on the front end. So just go, let's make a hello SIT764, and then we'll do the proper process, which I use to push it back into Git. So I'm going to save, I go to Git. Now once again, I will do this definitely from a local environment, not from a web environment, but if people want, they can do this as well. So let's just go to Git. Let's have a look. Yes, it found my files. Exactly, yes. Let's make a commit message. Commit. And then commit is done. Let's push it. So now if we go to our Git, we will be able to find it. And if we go to our continuous delivery, we should be able to see it building in, and then we're deploying it. So let's just have a look at it. And there you go. This should be it. Okay then, thank you very much, and bye bye.